Malihan,
Present po.
Manzano,
Present po, sir.
Parasigan,
Marasigan Blasi po.
Marasigan John Loren,
Present po.
Marquez,
Present po.
Mendoza,
Present po.
Parado,
Present po.
Rosales,
Present po.
Pelodio,
Present po.
Tolentino, Tumbaga,
Present po.
Ubeda,
Present po.
Valdez,
Present po.
Vergara, Villados,
Present po, sir.
20. Pa-open cam na po muna. Then class rep, pa-screenshot palagay dun sa Google Drive.
Search system po. Vergara
Yes,
po present.
Sige na. Pa-open cam po. Then pa-screenshot class rep din palagay dun sa Google Drive. Yes po. Yes po. Yung
Sir
mga
Abelgos po. Present po.
Sige.
Sir Sandico po, present po.
Sige.
Sir De La Peña po present po.
Sige. Yung pa.
Tolentino po, present po.
Sige. Sige pa.
Marasigan Blasi po, present po.
Sige.
Open cam na po. Diba? Mag-screenshot na po. 3, 2, 1. Okay na po, sir.
Sige, thank you. So today, we're gonna be discussing yung calculations nung lesson 3, yung hindi na-discuss, yung hindi ko nabigay. And then, kasama rin dito yung nalagdaan ng lesson 2, yung sa black body radiation. Di-discuss ko rin sa dito. So, I'm gonna be presenting my screen, then start na tayo. I'll also be sending you this recording para mabalikan nyo siya. Totoo ba? Mahina ba? Like, sorry. Or dahil mahina ang dito. Anyway, mag-represent lang ako ng screen. And yun naman, so, you just need to watch.
So, yun guys, good day. Today I discuss ko yung mga calculations na nasa manual na kasama pa rin sa midterms exam natin. And then, i-discuss ko rin yung part ng lesson 2 na kung yung sinasabi kong if i-cross-check natin sa reference book na naligdangan, that is yung black body radiation and thermal radiation fundamentals, naligdangan natin yon, but need natin siyang i-discuss kasi we need to know how much energy yung kayang i-produce ng sun. So, yon. I-discuss natin siya today. So, unang problem muna tayo. Two different solar panels are available for a project. And yeah. Panel A has an efficiency of 16% and panel B has an efficiency of 20%. Both panels have an area of 1.7 square meters. If the goal is to generate 4,000 kilowatts annually, determine the difference in the number of panels required between panel A and panel B. So, yan. So, may given tayo. Given natin is si panel A. For panel A, we have efficiency at 16%. Then area is 1.7 square meters. Then yung average sun hours niya, sun hours is 5 hours per day. So, ganoon din si panel B naman. Pinakaiba nila is yung efficiency lang. Panel B is 20%. Area is 1.7% pa din. Sorry, 1.7 square meter. Then solar or sun hours is 5 hours per day pa din. And then, ang goal, isa pang given natin is to have an energy E annual na 4,000 kilowatt hour. So, required natin ang hinahanap natin ay difference in number of panels. So that's let's assign this as delta n. Delta n, number of panels. So yan. Then sa solution natin, solve muna natin si panel A. So for panel A, madali lang naman to. So kailangan natin dito is makuha natin yung annual energy na generated ng per panel natin. Kailangan natin makuha yung annual energy generated. So, ibig sabihin, ang pinaka-goal natin is makuha ang energy annual ni A. So, energy ni A, ano ang formula ng energy natin? Diba? Energy, pag sinabi natin energy, that is power times time. Kasi ang power natin, anong unit ng power natin? That's watts or kilowatts. Then, anong unit ng ating energy? Kilowatt hour. So, kung kilowatt ang power, times natin sa time, so that's kilowatt hour. So, ganyan. Yan yung formula natin. Paano natin masasolve ngayon ang power? Ano bang mga given natin? Wala tayong given na kahit ano, efficiency lang at area. So, paano natin siya masosolve? Paano natin siya makukuha? Kung naaalala nyo, nasabi ko sa inyo, di ba, if walang binanggit, we always have to assume that our problems is at standard test condition. So, pag standard test condition to, so that's the irradiance IR, or kalimbawa, pwedeng I lang. So, ang ating irradiance is watt per square meter. Diba? That's watt per square meter. So, kailangan natin is power. So, naka-watt per square meter yan. So, ita-times natin to ng area. Tapos, ita-times natin ng efficiency times time. Yan. So, bali yung power natin is irradiance times area times efficiency times time. So, that's power times time. So, substitute lang natin. So, that's 1,000 watts per square meter times yung area natin na 1.7 square meter times efficiency natin na 0.16 times time natin na 5 hours per day. And ito, so makukuha natin dito ay kilowatt hour per day, 'di ba? Kilowatt watt to kasi cancel ang square meter, cancel. Matitira dito is watt hour, watt hour per day. Ang kailangan natin is annual, 'di ba? Annual 'yan. So ito ita-times pa natin ng ah, watt hour per day. So gagawin natin watt hour per year. So gagawin natin ita-times natin ng 365 days per 1 year. So 'yan. Ito ngayon yung ah ito ngayon yung ating energy for A. Ito ay watt hour per year. So naka-annual na 'yan. So ang sagot dito sa efficiency ni A ay saglit lang 1,000 times 1.7 times 0.16 times 5 times 365. This is ang sagot dito is 496 400 watt hour. Watt hour per year. So ang annual natin is 4,000 kilowatt hour. So i-convert lang natin to kilowatt hour. So this is 496.4 kilowatt hour per year. So ilan yung number of panels natin dito? So ang number of panels natin, ito naka kilowatt hour per year pa din. So ang number of panels ni A ay equal siya sa E-annual, yung need nating ma-produce over yung napoproduce ng isang panel. So ang napoproduce ng isang panel, so that's EA. So pag-divide lang natin yan, 4,000 kilowatt hour per year over 496.4. So that's 4,000 divided by 496.4. So this is 8.05. 8.05 panels or approximately 9 panels na siya kasi hindi pwedeng 8 kasi kukulangin. Hindi tayo kaya hindi pwedeng 8 kasi kukulangin yung ating hindi natin makukuha yung 4,000 kilowatt hour. So tayo makakaku
Part
kaya
track
hindi
nga
pwedeng
po
8
kung
kasi
dinig niyo.
kukulangin yung ating, ah, hindi natin makukuha yung 4,000 kilowatt-hour. So, kaya need natin siyang
Dinig
itaas
niyo
ng
ba
9
guys?
panels. So, sa panel A,
Eh, makinig na lang kayo.
nagre-require siya ng 9 panels.
Ulitin ko lang. Wait.
9 panels yung, sa panel. So, that's 4,000 divided by 496.4. So, this is 8.05. 8.05 panels or approximately 9 panels na siya kasi hindi puwedeng 8 kasi kukulangin, hindi tayo kaya hindi puwedeng 8 kasi kukulangin yung ating, hindi natin makukuha yung 4,000 kilowatt-hour. So, kaya need natin siyang itaas ng 9 panels. So, sa panel A, nagre-require siya ng 9 panels. O 9 panels yung, sa panel A. So, sa panel B naman, sa pagso-solve naman ni panel B, gano'n pa din. So, ang energy ni B en energy ni B ay, irradiance pa rin times area times, efficiency times time. So, gano'n pa rin siya. This is, 1,000. Again, ang irradiance natin under standard test condition is 1,000 watt per square meter times 1.7 square meter times efficiency na 0.2 times 5 hours per day. Need natin is, per year, so that's 365 days per 1 year. So, dito makukuha nating sagot ay 620, 500 watt-hour per year or 620.5 kilowatt-hour per year. So, that's 620.5 kilowatt-hour per year. So, yan. Then, number of panels ni B. So, ganun pa rin, number of panels ni B ay yung E, annual, over E, E, energy ni B. So, that's 4,000 over 620.5. This is equal to 6.45 panels or 7 panels. Then, para makuha natin yung, number of panels, ang difference of number of panels, so that's, NA minus NB, so that's 9 minus 7 equals 2 panels. Ibig sabihin, yung, difference ng number of panels natin ay dalawa. Kasi, ano yung indication nito, anong importance nito? Ibig sabihin lang nito, si panel B, mas maganda tayong mag-design na may 20% efficient kasi mas kakaunting panels yung kakailanganin natin. Mas kakaunting panels and yun, mas kakaunting panels, mas makakatipid tayo. Though depende rin yun sa magiging cost ng 'pag 20% yung efficiency, but still, mas kakaunti yung panel na kakailanganin natin. So, yan. And, ang tanong dito, bakit po ito kinonsider ang energy na ito, itong energy na 'to, I mean, ang kinonsider 'tong energy na 'to, per panel 'yan. Ang sinukat dito, per panel. Itong na-solve nating energy ni B, per panel 'to, hindi 'to ng kabuuang energy ni B. Kasi nga ang kabuuang energy ng panel B, sana hindi kayo malito, ang kabuuang energy ni panel A at ni panel B ay 4,000 kilowatt-hour. 'Yun, and ang sinolve natin ay energy ng kada panel sa buong panel B. Nage-gets niyo ba? Kasi ang isang panel, parang ang indication nito, series of solar panels 'yan. yung series of solar panels na yon ay tinawag na panel A, yung isang series of solar panels ay tinawag na panel B. So ang sinukat natin, ang sinolve natin na energy ni B ay ano yan, per panel sa series of panels. So ang energy ni A at energy ni B na sinolve natin ay ah, isa lang energy ng isang panel doon sa series of panels na yon. So yon, kaya nakuha natin yung difference ng number of panels na dalawa. So yan, that is yung number 1. The number 2, a 10 kilowatt PV system consists of 20 panels, each rated at 500 watts under standard conditions. Then, on a particular day, a tree casts a shadow on 4 panels for 3 hours during peak sun. Assuming those 4 panels receive no sunlight during the shaded period, calculate the total energy loss for the day in kilowatt hour. So, meron tayong given. So, given tayo. Madali lang to, mukha lang siyang mahirap. So, pero ang given natin is yung PV system natin, yung power ng PV system natin is 10 kilowatts. Then, we have number of panels na 20. So, ibig sabihin, 20, di ba? Nakikita na 20 panels siya. Yung isa daw ay 500 watts. So, 20 times 500 is 10,000. So, that's 10 kilowatts. So, yan. And then, on a particular day, a tree cast a shadow on 4 panels. So, we consider that as NA or N affected ng shadow. That's 4. Then, yung affected na yon ay 3 hours. So, 3 hours. So, ang time natin is 3 hours. So, hinahanap ay energy loss. So, required is energy loss. Energy loss, that's delta E. So, solution natin, ganito lang po ang solution dito. Ay nahanap lang kung ilan yung energy na malulose during that time. So, delta E, energy loss, ay equal siya sa number of panels na affected. So, that's NA times ilan yung panels, ilan yung rating ng panel. Ilan yung rating ng panel? That's 500 watts. So, ito ay P rating. So, this is PR. P rating natin per panel is 500 watts. Ayan, NA times PR times ilang oras siya affected. Ilang oras, so that's time. So, energy loss natin, that is just basically 4 times 500 watts times ilang oras? 3 hours. So, this 4 times 3 is 12 times 5 is 6,000 watt hour. 6,000 watt hour yung nalolost per day. And ang hinahanap natin is in kilowatt hours. So, this is gonna be 6 kilowatt hour. Kasi siya ay 1 kilowatt is equal to, 1 kilowatt is equal to 1,000 watts. So, cancel ang watts, matitira kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour, 6 kilowatt hour. So, this is your energy loss for the day. Kapag naapektuhan yung ng solar panel or kapag naapektuhan yung solar panel natin ng shading ng araw. So, yan. Then, number 3, a solar panel has an area of 1.6 square meter and generates 320 watts of power under standard test conditions. Calculate the efficiency of the solar panel. So, may given tayo ng area ng solar panel natin which is 1.6 square meter. Then, ang kanyang power na kaya ma-generate, so yung P output, PO, or kayong bahala, basta that's P output, 320 watts under standard test conditions. Then, required natin efficiency, ang hinahanap, efficiency ng solar panel. So, para natin siya isa-solve, una ang gagawin ay kuhanin natin yung maximum ah, maximum power na kayang i-produce doon sa area na yon. Paano natin makukuha yung maximum power? Paano natin makukuha yung P maximum? Under standard test conditions, yun yung maximum na makukuha natin. So, under standard test condition, that's the irradiance times yung area. So, ibig sabihin, at that specific area, ganito kalaki yung makukuha nating power. Nagigets? Sana nagigets, no? Ganon kalaki yung makukuha nating power sa specific area na yon. So, ibig sabihin, ang maximum power at doon sa area na 1.6 square meter ng solar panel ay 1,000 watt per square meter times 1.6 square meter. This is equal to 1,600 cancel watts. This is your P maximum. So, para natin makukuha ang efficiency, so that is just energy equals the P output, yung output natin over the theoretical value or yung P max natin. So, that's a 320 watts over 160 or sorry 16 watts. This is equal to 0.2. 0.2 or efficiency is times 100%. So, this is 20%. So, yan. This is your efficiency. And yan. Yan yun. And then, tandaan to guys, tandaan. Kapag sinabi sa tanong, ang nakalagay dyan, kuwari, a solar panel, hindi, ang nakalagay ay ganito, a module 320 has an area of 1.6 square meter. Again, a module 320 has an area of 1.6 square meter. So yan, ganyan po kasi yung mga pangalan ng solar panel natin per module. Ang pangalan ng module natin ay kung ano yung watt na kaya niyang i-generate. So, ganyan lang siya. Hindi sinasabing a module 320 watts. Wala, hindi sinasabi itong watts na word. Pag pangalanan ang mga solar panel, ganyan lang siya. Module ang tawag sa kanya. A module 320. So, kung anong number ang nakalagay doon, kung anong module siya, kung anong module, yun po ang kanyang power output. Again, pag sinabing module, yun yung kanyang power output. Ganon yung pangalan ng mga solar panels. Tandaan po yun. Then, last uh, sample problem na nasa manual natin is a 5 kilowatt photovoltaic system is installed in a location that receives an average uh, of 4.5 peak sun hours per day, assuming that the system operates at an average efficiency of 80%. Estimate the annual production of the system in kilowatt hours. So, given natin is power equals 5 kilowatts. Buong PV system na yan. So, that's 5 kilowatts. Then, ang average sun hour natin is 4.5 peak sun hours. So, 4.5 sun hours. Then, assuming that the system operates at an average of 80%, so that's an efficiency of 80%. Ang kailangan lang natin is annual energy production. So, that's required natin is annual energy production E. Then solution, again, that's just energy equals power times time times efficiency. So that's 5 kilowatt times 4.5 hours times 80% times, ang kailangan natin is annual. So that's ito 4.5 hours per day pa to. So that's 365 days per 1 year. So dito ibig sabihin ang i-annual natin is just equal to 5 times 4.5 times 80% times 365. So this is equal to 6,570 kilowatt hour per year. Per year. So ito yung energy production natin per year. Ganyan lang po kasimple yung mga problems na nasa module. So basta alam nyo kung paano mag-solve ng power, alam nyo kung paano ginagamit ang irradiance, then masosolve nyo yung mga problems natin. So yan, yan yung mga calculations na hindi na-discuss sa lesson 3. And then, balikan natin yung lesson 2. Kasi 'di ba, gaya ng sabi ko, sana chineck nyo rin siya dun sa reference book natin. Na-discuss doon yung black body radiation or yung sa black body kasi doon, saglit lang. Nasaan yun? Saglit lang. Yun, kasi doon sa part natin, ini-skip nga natin yung sa manual, ini-skip natin yung black body radiation and yung, thermal radiation fundamentals. And uh, as what I have heard, diniscuss to, diniscuss natin to sa ibang section. So we need to discuss this as well. And yun, kasi syempre we are considering radiation, and from that radiation meron yang energy emitted, and from that energy emitted, yun yung nagagamit nating energy, o yun yung energy na na-harvest natin para magamit siya as an energy natin, or as a usable energy natin dito sa earth, yung emitted energy from the sun. So yun. And yun, nilagay ko lang dito yung nasa book. So yan, when we talk about a black body, di ba? Do we consider sun as black body? Hindi po. Hindi totally black body ang sun. Again, hindi po totally black body ang sun. Though anong tawag dito? Though siya ay considered as a good absorber, 'di ba? When we talk about a black body, dapat the body should be a good absorber ng energy. Dapat ang energy ma-absorb, and as well kaya niyang i-emit din yung ganong kataas na energy. So it's like that, what you absorb is just equal to what you emit. Yung kaya mong i-emit, yung kaya mong i-radiate. Ganon ang black body. Kailangan magaling siyang mag-absorb, magaling siyang mag-emit. So yun, yung sun natin, this is considered as a black body, pero in reality hindi po siya black body talaga kasi walang black body pa on Earth. So, wala pa tayong kino-consider na, wala pa tayong napapatunayang perfect or ideal na black body. But as per the sun, kino-consider siyang black body because of this spectrum. Kung makikita nyo dito sa spectrum na to, yung itong curve na to, itong curve na yan, that is the black body spectrum. Whereas itong kulay yellow, kung mapapansin nyo, halos nag-fit lang yung energy na, yung spectral irradiance niya, that is the solar radiation spectrum. So nag-fit doon sa curve ng black body spectrum yung solar radiation spectrum natin ng sun. So kaya kino-consider siya as black body nga. Though yun nga, again, hindi siya totally black body, but because of this graph, because of this spectrum, makikita na yung kayang i-emit ng sun, is just almost equal, nagde-deviate lang ng konti, is almost equal sa graph ng black body natin. So, yun yung idea dito. So, bakit nga ba hindi kino-consider na black body ang sun? Kasi kapag sinabi nating pag sinabi rin nating black body kasi, it should be it should be a great absorber. It should also be a great radiator or kaya niya mag-radiate ng mataas na energy. But not only that, kailangan kasi meron ding yung black body dapat na thermal equilibrium. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng energy level distributions doon dapat in equilibrium siya. And dapat lahat ng yung mga energy na yon ay nag-ooperate, or it should be only under a single temperature. Ibig sabihin, hindi dapat nagva-vary yung temperature sa isang black body. Hindi dapat nababago yung temperature doon. So, sa sun kasi, ang sun kasi natin is ang sun kasi natin is nagbabago yung temperature sa paglalim niya, sa pagpunta sa core ng sun. Mas tumataas yung temperature niya. So doon pa lang hindi equilibrium yung temperature natin kasi nga nagbabago. The temperature changes proportionally with its depth. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya black body kasi hindi siya single temperature. But then again, hindi siya black body pero kino-consider siya ng mga studies or ng mga examples as black body kasi nga from this graph, yung spectrum na yung kaya niyang irradiate is just almost equal kung i-approximate doon sa graph ng black body spectrum. So makikita niyo yung itong graph na yan, yan. Yung graph na yun yung black body, and yung nasa loob, yung sunlight na yun yung kaya ng sun. So yun, kaya siya kino-consider sa mga studies as black body. So paano siya sinosolve? Paano natin siya sinosolve on this kind of level? Paano when we consider sun as a black body, pag consider natin ang sun as a black body, so we have this energy density of the radiation emitted at a given wavelength, which is monochromatic by a perfect radiator, usually called a black body, is given according to the relation E B lambda. Saglit lang, sorry. Yan. E sub B lambda equals C1 all over the quantity E raised to C2 over lambda T minus 1 lambda to the fifth n squared. So, yan. Yan yung formula natin, and we call this as the monochromatic energy, saglit lang. Monochromatic, yan, monochromatic emissive power. This is a monochromatic emissive power, and this is based on the Planck's law. Ito po ay based sa Planck's law. Based siya sa Planck's law, and dyan na-derive itong formula na to. So, pwede ang gawin nyo ay itaas nyo itong lambda to the fifth sa taas. So, kung ganun yung gusto nyong formula, sige, pawiin muna natin. You can just also say that E sub B lambda is C1 times lambda raised to negative 5 over E raised to C2 over lambda T minus 1. Yan. That's n squared. Then itong n squared, this is the refractive index of medium. So 1 for vacuum and approximately equal to 1 din for air. So basically, ang mangyayari dyan, pag 1 to, so pwede natin siyang i-consider as 1. So pwede yung mawala na sa equation, pwede hindi nyo siya i-type kasi ita-times 2 lang naman ng 1. So pwedeng ito na lang yung formula natin. Ito. Yan. So kapag hindi sinabi sa tanong, hindi sinabi yung medium natin, assume 1, yung value ng n. So yan yung formula natin. Again, this is based from the Planck's law. And this is how do you call this? Monochromatic emissive power. This is a monochromatic emissive power. And ito, may mga values na tayo ng C1. Yan, ito, C1 and C2. C1 is 3.74 times 10 to the 8 watt per micrometer to the fourth over m squared, over square meter. Then, ang C sub 2 naman is 1.44 times 10 to the fourth micrometer Kelvin. Or, pwedeng, depende sa inyo kung saan kayo mas nadadalian. Saglit lang. Pwede nating isulat ito since kung mapapansin niyo, 'di ba, ito ay m to the fourth and m squared. So may matitira sa taas na m squared. Pwede nating sabihin si C sub 1 ay equal din sa 0.374 times 10 to the negative 15 watt m squared. Tandaan yan. This is yung simplified value. C1, para hindi na tayo naka-micrometer dito, hindi tayo naka-micrometer. So, kinonvert na to pa square meter. So, ang C1 is 0.374 times 10 to the negative 15 watt m squared. So, yan yung C1. Whereas, ito namang C2, pwede din natin gawin siyang hindi naka-micrometer. Di ang gagawin natin, that's going to be 14.4 times 10 to the negative 3 meter Kelvin. So yan, meter Kelvin po yan, hindi millikelvin, meter Kelvin. So yan, ito yung pwede niyo din gamitin tong C2 na to para hindi siya naka-micro and para naka-base unit tayo. What I mean base unit is 'di ba, base unit for length is meter. Naka-meter yan, tapos ito naka-meter din. Hindi tayo naka-micrometer, millimeter. So yan yung mga values ng C1, C2 natin. Then itong lambda, this is yung wavelength natin. Yung wavelength natin. This is your wavelength. Mamaya magigets na siya. Yan yung wavelength na ini-emit natin. And yan, then ito naman, familiar na kayo dito sa formula na 'to. This is the total emissive power. The total energy emitted by a black body E sub B is defined by the Stefan-Boltzmann law. So ang formula niya is ang total emitted ng ating black body is E sub B equals the Stefan-Boltzmann constant times T to the 4th. So yan, that is our formula for total emissive power. So ang Stefan-Boltzmann natin, we just need to use this. Be familiar with 5.67 times 10 to the negative 8 watt per square meter Kelvin to the 4th. So yan yung ating total emissive power. Then kapag sinabi naman nating maximum emissive power, then we just need to use pag ito ay total, tandaan ito ay total emitted, total emissive power. Pag naman maximum ang sinabi, maximum emissive power is 1.3, tandaan to 1.3 times 10. Ito na lang gamitin natin, 1.3 times 10 to the negative 5 T5, T to the 5th power. So yan, yung ating maximum emissive power. Yan yung gagamitin natin. Then kapag may given, tandaan na, kapag may given, for example, may given tayo na emissivity factor. Emissivity factor, ito yung magiging formula natin ng total maximum power. E sub B equals the emissivity times yung ating Stefan-Boltzmann constant times T to the 4th power. Ita times ng emissivity factor. So, pwedeng dalawa yung maging tanong dyan. Pwedeng maging dalawa. So, for example, ang tanong sa problem is, calculate the maximum or calculate the total emissive power. Pag yun lang yung tanong, calculate the total emissive power, then gamitin itong formula na to. Ito. Yan, ito yung gamitin. Then pag after nun, pwedeng magtanong, sabihin din, calculate the total emissive power of the real surface with emissivity factor of ganyan. So, ibig sabihin, ita times mo ng emissivity factor. Kasi, sinabi sa tanong na i-consider siya as a real surface. So, yan. Basta ganun yun. Pwede parehong itanong yun. So, ibig sabihin, yang E sub B na yan, pwedeng pareho yung gagamitin yung formula na yan. So, yun. And then kanina, di ba, meron tayong wavelength na kino-consider. Ito po yung ating, yung emissive power natin ay maximum at a particular wavelength. So, para makuha natin yung wavelength na yun, yung lambda kanina, then we just need, saglit lang. Okay. So, para makuha natin yung maximum wavelength, then ang kailangan natin ay ito, lambda max, T equals 2897.8 micrometer Kelvin. So, yan. Ito, kung mapapansin nyo yung unit, this is micrometer times Kelvin. So, yung ating lambda max or yung frequency natin is in terms of meters. Yan. Then, the temperature is in terms of Kelvin. So, makukuha natin dyan yung wavelength natin. So, hindi siya frequency, sorry. This is wavelength. Makukuha natin yung wavelength dyan. Or, we can just say, kung ayaw, para uniform tayo, let's just use this. Let's just use this value. So, ang lambda max times temperature ay 2 point, ah, 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3 meter Kelvin. So ito na lang yung gamitin natin para mas madali. 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3 meter Kelvin. So ito yung ating gagamitin sa pagkuha ng maximum wavelength. So yan. Yan yung ating formula para makuha again ang maximum wavelength na gagamitin natin sa pagkuha ng monochromatic emissive power. So, yan. So, magbibigay ako ng example sa inyo. Ito. The sun emits maximum radiation at lambda equals 0.52 micrometer. So, this is micrometer. Yan. Assuming a sun to be a black body, calculate the surface temperature of the sun. Also calculate the monochromatic emissive power of the sun's surface. So, given we have yung ating lambda max, yung ating wavelength is 0.52 micrometer or 0.52 times 10 to the negative 6 meter. Then, ang hinahanap natin ay una, the temperature, yung surface temp of the sun, T. Then, monochromatic emissive power, monochromatic emissive power na E, B lambda. Then, total emissive power, E. Then, maximum emissive power, E max. So, yan yung hinahanap natin. So, solve natin. Una is temperature of the sun. So, may given tayong lambda, di ba? So, from the given lambda, so solution sa letter A, alam natin ang lambda max times T equals 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3 meter Kelvin, di ba? Yan yung sabi sa formula natin kanina. So meron tayong lambda. So substitute natin dito yon. Ang lambda natin is 0.52 mu meter times temperature natin is yung nawawala, T equals 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3 meter Kelvin or yan. So, you can just make this 0.52 times 10 to the negative 6. So, i-divide mo lang itong 2.9 times 10 to the negative 3 ng ating 0.52 times 10 to the negative 6. Makukuha natin yung ating temperature, which is approximately 5 temperature natin is 5576 Kelvin. Approximate lang to, approximate. Pero ang lalabas dyan na sagot is 5576.923077 Kelvin. Yung buo. Pero for the sake of the discussion, again, ito lang ang gagamitin muna natin. So, ito yung ating temperature. Ito yung sagot na natin sa letter A. Ito yung surface temperature. Then next, hanapin daw yung monochromatic natin. Monochromatic emissive power. So, that's, again, the formula is C sub 1 lambda negative raised to the negative 5 over E raised to C2 over lambda T minus 1. Itong minus 1 ay hindi to kasama sa naka-raise ha. Ganito siya. E raised to C2 over lambda T minus 1. Ganyan siya. So, yan. Then, again, alam natin na ang C1, base kanina sa ating Planck's law na binanggit ko, ang C1 ay 0.374 times 10 to the negative 15 watt m squared. Then ang C sub 2 ay 14.4 times 10 to the negative 3 meter Kelvin. Then meron tayong lambda. Lambda natin yung given na 0.52 micrometer. Substitute lang natin yan. Substitute din yung nakuha nating temperature. Substitute lang yan sa formula. Ang makukuha nating approximate value ng monochromatic emissive power is at 6.9 times 10 raised to 13 watt per m squared. So, and again, isa-substitute mo lang yung value ng C1, value ng C2 dito. Substitute lang yan. Makukuha natin ito ang monochromatic emissive power. Then, next, basta i-substitute nyo siya sa calcul nyo ha. I-substitute nyo. Yan yon. Then next, ay yung total emissive power. Again, pag sinabi natin total, that's just, we are gonna be following the Stefan-Boltzmann law. So total emissive power is Stefan-Boltzmann constant times T to the fourth. So this is 5.67 times 10 to the negative 8 watt per m squared Kelvin to the fourth times yung temperature natin. Ang temperature natin dapat po ay naka-Kelvin. Kelvin po ang gagamitin dito. Huwag magkakamali. Kelvin po ang kailangang unit. Kailangan po tandaan ulit. Dapat po sa calculations natin, may it be doon sa formula natin ng maximum wavelength. Doon sa maximum wavelength, dapat naka-Kelvin po yun. I-convert muna pa Kelvin. Dito, dapat naka-Kelvin din. Lagi pong absolute temperature. So dito, makukuha natin yung energy natin. I-solve nyo siya, kayo nang bahala. I-solve nyo, then that is our maximum, or so that is our total emissive power. I-solve nyo yan, yan yung ating total emissive power. Then sa maximum emissive power naman, pag sinabi natin yung maximum, so E max is, gaya na sabi natin kanina, 1.3 times 10 to the negative 5 T to the 5, T to the 5th. So, substitute lang yan dyan. Substitute nyo, kayo nang bahala mag-solve din. Para may ma-solve din kayo pag nagre-review, then that's gonna be our maximum temperature. Sorry, not maximum temperature, maximum emissive power. So, yan. Again, itong nasa taas is the Stefan-Boltzmann total yan. Pag Stefan-Boltzmann total, kapag maximum emissive power, ito yung ginagamit na constant, hindi 5.678. So, yan. So, hanggang dyan po ang
Sige.
ating
Pa-stop
exam.
na po ng presentation.
Hanggang
Tapos
dyan,
na lang.
kasama po yan sa exam natin. Itong
Huwag natin
maximum.
green screen. Yan. Dito, guys, I just want to clear this one. Tandaan mo, what we are using is 1.307 times 10 to the negative 5. Again, that's 1.307 times 10 to the negative 5. That's the constant value for the maximum emissive power. Yun yung, again, yun yung gagamitin natin. And kung napansin nyo dun sa recording kanina, doon sa kaninang part dyan, meron tayong mga English units and meron tayong SI units din. But what we are gonna be using na lang is SI units. So kung ang given natin is naka-feet, i-convert na lang siya pa meters. Kung ang given natin ay naka-Fahrenheit, naka-Rankine, i-convert mo na lang siya pa Kelvin. Laging pa Kelvin lang, laging pa SI units para hindi na kayo magsaulo ng iba't ibang values. So yun lang naman. Yun lang. Yung link, sinend ko din naman sa class Betjo. Sinend ko din yung link na yan. So, you can just watch it anytime you want. Basta you have to make sure na maiintindihan mo siya kasi that will be the coverage of your midterm exam. And yun, I do apologize po if hindi ako masyado nag-respond last week to some of your concerns. Yun. But this week I'll try to respond as soon as I can. But if you have any concerns or questions, just let your classmate know na lang din. Then yung classmate yung mag-reach out. So yun, hindi lang ako naka-respond na ayos last week. But yun, I think that explain na naman siguro nasabi natin yung classmate ko what happened last week. But yun, still quiz. Yung quiz natin is gonna be on week 11 na. So week 11 na siya gagawin. So, yun. Week 11 na siya gagawin and yun. Yun lang. Do you have any concerns pa? Yes po.
Ano nga po ulit yung maximum yung receive na value po?
Yan, yung constant dyan is 1.307. 1.307 times 10 to the negative 5.
Sige po sir, thank you po.
Yun. Yung classmate ko na lang mag-disseminate ng link dyan regarding dyan para mabalikan niyo. Yun. Sino pa may concern? Questions? Clarifications? Wala? Wala po. Wala? Yes po.
Sir, yung sa ano po, 11 ang list po. Ano pong magiging price?
Ano yun? Anong magiging?
Anong magiging coverage po? Kasi di ka po
Yun pa rin.
testa po ng
Yun pa rin. Kasi hindi siya natin na-take kasi yung sunod na face-to-face natin will be on week 11 eh. So week 11 na lang lahat. So yun pa rin yung coverage, hindi mababago. Kasi iba yung quiz na iba yung magiging coverage ng quiz. So week 13. Unfortunately, that's week 13 yung sunod na quiz kaagad. Yun. Sino pang may tanong? May concern? Questions, concern, clarifications? Wala na. Sige, if wala nang tanong, pa-open cam po ulit, then class pa screenshot na lang ulit.
open cam na po sa ito. Mag-screenshot na po ako. 3, 2, 1. Ano po, sir?
Okay. See you next week. Good luck sa midterm show. I'm gonna be updating you as well kung kailan magiging schedule and kung ano magiging coverage kasi chinechekan pa yung exam. In-moderate pa siya. I'm gonna be giving you once mapirmahan na siya and completely naayos siya lahat. And I'm gonna inform you this coming days. And again, please study. I think yung exam ay mahirap. Sa unang read ko, mahirap siya. So, please study and yun lang sasabi. Study and good luck on your midterm exam. If you're doing all, okay. So, thank you for attending the class. Thank you.